Good morning. Good afternoon.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to another episode of Generation Talks, where we address topics that help our current and prospective students, our alumni, our wonderful partners, and our other nonprofit organizations. I'm your host, Kwanza, and I'm the recruitment manager for Regeneration's IT program in Jacksonville, Florida. Today, I have the pleasure of speaking with Diane, who works in Birmingham with our Administrative Medical Assistant Program, which is also known as our AMA program. Now, Miss Diane, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
Well, thank you so much, and good afternoon, everyone. I'm Diane Hargrove. I'm the partnership manager for the Regeneration AMA program here in Birmingham, Alabama. A little bit about myself. I have a long career, over 30 years working in corporate America. However, for the past 10 years, I've focused on education. And the past few years, I've focused on the nonprofit sector. And I just find it a little bit more rewarding for me working with the nonprofits.
Okay.
So a little bit about myself. In addition to that, as the partnership manager, I oversee the operations of our AMA program. We are partnered with Jeff State Community College as well as the AARP Foundation. We have two wonderful instructors from Jeff State Community College who provide the coursework for our program. We also have two awesome career coaches, and we have a job search strategist from the AARP that provides work essential skills and things of that nature. In addition to overseeing the operations of the program, I'm also involved in handling all of the recruiting for our program, and I go through the assessments, I interview prospective applicants, I provide the assessments for them to make sure that they are qualified and they're a good fit for our program and that our program is a good fit for them. In addition to that, I'm also involved in the business development. I reach out to various employers. We recently just got Nolan Health Services is now willing to be a part of our program. We also have Grandview Health as well as UAB. So they are huge assets to this program, and they help us with a job placement.
Okay. Wow, wonderful. Sounds like a great staff there too. We'll talk about that a little more.
Awesome.
Now, before we get started and I start with the questions, I want to make sure the audience knows that if you have any questions that we don't cover, please leave them in the comments area. Okay, now, Ms. Diane, you're in Birmingham AMA program, and it's a part of the Regeneration Initiative. Can you first tell us a little bit about what this initiative actually is?
Absolutely. So the Regeneration Initiative, we are geared to assist qualified individuals who are more seasoned, at least 40 age and up, who are currently unemployed. We find that there are so many individuals that fit this demographic, and many of them are like displaced homemakers, for example. They've been being caregivers to loved ones, or many of them are empty nesters. Now they're ready to get back into the workforce. Several of them have found themselves needing a new career because they've lost their jobs due to attrition and even like the COVID-19 pandemic recently. So we get participants from all walks of life, but in addition to the age group, they also need to be authorized to work in the United States as well as be a resident of Jefferson County. And they need to have some computer basic skills with access to a home computer, laptop, webcam, and Wi-Fi.
Okay. Now, I hear those requirements, and that's outside of the age range as well, right? We start with the age of 40 and older, and then those are the other requirements. Is there any more we need to be made aware of for enrolling into this program?
Well, just to kind of focus a little bit on the computer skills, because now had to move our program onto an online platform, we really have streamlined our vetting process during recruitment to ensure that we are getting participants who are at least a basic or average skill set for computers. Because we are we are using online, and so it's not for everyone. Also, this is a boot camp style training program. It's very fast paced, and it's a lot of information that you have to handle. So we want to, we do everything we can to make sure that we're getting the right ones for this program. So going through my telephone screening, my vetting process, there are assessments that you have to successfully complete with a certain score, and those are the ones who are able to move forward if they meet those requirements.
Okay, sounds good, sounds good. Now let's talk more about the program itself. After the recruiting and the enrollment process, what are some of the things individuals are learning in this particular program, and what are some of the technical skills?
Okay, great. Well, as I stated, it is a 6-week boot camp style training program in which the participants will gain technical and administrative skills working in a medical office. So some of the duties that they will learn is verifying patient insurance, doing the patient intake, scheduling appointments, handling the phone calls, and directing the information to the proper channels. Sometimes using electronic medical records to help do scheduling, helping with the co-pays and some of the medical billing. So pretty much the administrative duties associated with working in a healthcare facility like a medical office or a hospital. They also learned some of the medical terms through medical terminology, as well as some of the medical billing and coding codes.
Okay. So with all of that they're learning, what type of roles are our graduates obtaining?
Well, that's a great question. Because we have people from all walks of life, many of them, of course, find roles in the AMA and they become administrative medical assistants. Some of the categories are considered unit secretary, or patient counter specialist, patient access center specialist, and that would be like working in a call center where they actually do help patients with their billing, scheduling procedures and so forth of that nature. However, we do have several participants that have moved into various backgrounds non-related to healthcare. We have a couple of individuals who are able to revamp their careers in IT. One lady is now the IT person for the Montgomery County School District. We have one young man who gained an IT position with Protective Life Insurance Company. One of our alums got hired at the Jefferson County Commission's office. Someone got hired at Social Security. So there's so many different areas that this program is, assisting the participants just to kind of reboot the skills, because when they walk in the door, they already have years of experience. Just help them leverage it with the new skills that they've trained. And of course, the career coaches do an awesome job with helping them, revise their resumes and their interviewing skills. And that is exactly what they need to get back into the workforce and gain those new jobs that they so truly deserve.
Exactly. I love that. That's wonderful. And I like to see the diversity and the opportunities available to them after ending the program. Love that. Okay, now with Generation and Regeneration, we not only talk about the technical skills, we teach soft skills, behavioral and mindset skills. Can you tell us what those skills actually are and why we found that to be so important for our students to learn?
Absolutely. As you can see on my background, behavioral skills, and those skills are much needed in the workforce. They need to have good communication, good interpersonal communication, teamwork. We have to know that they are able to work with others, orientation to detail, and most definitely empathy, because when you're dealing with individuals who have medical conditions or their child is sick or whatever, we need someone who can, calm them down and let them know that we do care, the workplace does care about the patient. So those are some of the behavioral skills, some of the soft skills, so to speak. The mindsets, of course, growth mindset. They need to be able to believe in themselves, first of all, and, just to have personal responsibility, make sure they have goal setting skills, dedication, hard work, because that's what it's all about. So they, you know, our program focuses in on both of these much needed behavioral skills as well as the growth mindset.
I love that. I love that. Full encompassing. Like we cover everything in our boot camp programs.
Yes.
I love that. I love that.
Absolutely.
Now you did talk about our career coaches. So I want to speak a little more about what support our students are receiving while they're in the program.
Well, the career coaches are absolutely amazing. They are always there, present in the classrooms with the participants. They keep in contact with them on a regular basis. They set up one-on-one sessions with them, just, you know, talking to them, making sure that their needs are met. They also provide resources such as community resources, and just really doing everything they can to help them connect the dots to where they need to be. They also share job postings. Of course, they do the interviewing skills, help them with their resume, revising their resume. We do several sessions of mock interviews. The career coaches, they have different activities where do mock interviews with each other. And then actually the team, we set up mock interviews with them. And then we take it a step further and set up mock interviews with business professionals so that they are truly ready to work once they finished and completed this program. So the career coaches are amazing because that is just like their first point of contact. Once they get into the program, that is their go-to person to make sure that they are successful and comfortable doing everything they need while they're in this program.
All right, their go-to person. I like that. I like that. It's good. Now, you also
Yes.
spoke about the classroom now being online. And right now, we know that majority of the world has had to transition to our online environment. So can you talk to us a little bit about the transition that took place and what the classroom structure is now that it's online?
Yes, absolutely. When we had Cohort 6, we had just completed our orientation on campus at Jeff State Community College. And then that Friday is when the COVID-19 pandemic hit. And of course, it just hit the world like a ton of bricks. So after a couple of weeks of just trying to figure everything out, thankfully, we were able to transfer our program into an online platform with we use Zoom web conferencing just like we're using now. And because we have 2 synchronous sessions each day, Monday through Thursday, we have 1 o'clock to 2:30 session, and then there's a break, and then we have another session 4 in the afternoon until 5:30 in the evening. So that has been very helpful because it gives the participants the flexibility and the convenience of being at home. But like I said, the sections are synchronous. And then we just started doing Friday work essential skill. But during the Zoom session is when the teacher comes and provides all of the instruction and the coursework. We also use Google Classroom, in which all of the presentations, the PowerPoint presentations are housed. The career coaches as well as the instructors share a lot of wonderful resources, YouTube videos, and just a lot of helpful websites and so forth. And then they also record the sessions so that if a participant ever wanted to go back and review something that was covered in a class on that day, they could always go back and revisit it by using the Google Classroom.
I like that. And see, that was something we were not necessarily doing when we were on ground. And now we have that opportunity to actually record that and have that stored, and you can continuously be looking at that to make sure that you're reinforcing what has already been taught in class. I like that. I like that.
Absolutely.
Now, I always say the proof is in the pudding. So what I would like to know right now is, can you tell us a story or share a good opportunity that someone has come about by being in this particular program from one of our graduates?
Absolutely. We have so many success stories that we can share, but one recently that comes to mind, we had just finished our mock interview session with one of the participants who was in the program. And so I had the pleasure of actually interviewing this participant. And so I gave her some constructive feedback on things that she can do during her interview process. Well, I tell you, when you talk about being in the right place at the right time, it was like 2 days later, she called me back ecstatic because she had an interview and she told me that everything that I had told her was exactly what she needed to work on. And the interview that she had, she was actually offered a job as an administrative medical assistant with the Veterans Administration Hospital. And it just gave me chills because it was timely. And it was just amazing. And that's how it works. We have so many success stories every time. But that one, that was just from the last cohort.
Yes, yes, we have a lot of great stories. That's what keeps us motivated in what we do, because we're always getting these success stories and all of this great feedback. And because like everything else in Generation offers, this program is a great opportunity. And I know a lot of people are going to be interested and want to apply. When does your next cohort start?
All right, thank you. Our next cohort, which will be cohort number 8, it is scheduled to begin on July 15th through August the 27th. So anyone is interested, I please urge you to put your application in and I will contact you and get the process rolling.
Speaking of that, before we go, so for people who are applying, could you speak a little bit to what steps comes next, just the high level steps so they know what to expect after they apply?
Okay, and first, please apply usa.generation.org/Birmingham. Put that application in. That will put you into our database. Then I will contact you. We do an interview screening process. I just want to know a little bit about yourself, your background, what kind of work history, what kind of work ethic you have. And then I provide you with an email that gives you information, instruction on completing some assessments about basic computer skills, internet usage, email. I need to know what your level is. When you send me those scores back, then it will determine, if we will move forward to the next phase. But once we get all of that done, we also need to have a copy of your high school diploma or your GED. And what I've started doing since we've been online is actually setting up a very laid back Zoom web conferencing session, just to kind of give participants an overview of what to expect. And just like
information session.
Just a little, a little information session where I just show them the Google Classroom and just kind of show them around, and they will be excited and ready to go when that date starts.
I love that. I love that. I love all the changes that we've been able to make and really adapt to everything and still offer that same high level of quality instruction, high level of quality recruiting process, high level of quality, everything that Generation offers. Thank you so much. I just want to say we're at the end, we're closing out, and Diane, thank you so much for your time. Thank you for joining us today and telling us about this wonderful program. For anyone interested in learning more.
It's been a pleasure.
Okay, wonderful. For anyone interested in learning more or want to apply to the program, there is a link in the comment box. And if you're watching our recording, feel free to leave a question if we didn't cover something that you need an answer to, and we'll make sure we answer that question for you. And before we go, I do want to say, everyone, please be safe. Everyone, please be kind. And we'll see you on our next episode of Generation Talks.
Thank you.
Thank you.